Hello everyone, it's me Colter from the KGR channel, and today we're going to be talking about a review. Yeah, we're going to be doing a review today. I've been wanting to do a review for a super long time. In fact, I've been wanting to do it since I originally started YouTube, but I never did for some reason, and so I might as well do it right now. Today we're going to be talking about the DS. It's one of my favorite consoles of all time that Nintendo ever published. When the DS came out in 2004, it really wasn't that big. One of the reasons is it just was kind of a big portable. It really wasn't that good. Yes, people were buying it and it was doing successful. It just wasn't really hitting how Nintendo maybe thought it would. So, what they decided to do is that they decided to release a different version of the system, the DS Lite. And I do not own an original DS, by the way. So, I'm only going to be talking about DS Lite and upwards, and I don't own some of the consoles anyway. But I own some of the main ones that are basically just different versions. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the DS Lite. So here she is, the original DS Lite. As you can see, it just opens up like so. We'll go ahead and just power the system on. And here's what it looks like. This system is one of my favorite systems of all time, being for the fact that I had a lot of good games for it. One of those good games was Sonic Rush, my favorite DS game of all time. The DS Lite is pretty good, in fact pretty gosh darn good, but there are some few things that I really have to say. One of them is the menu. Why is it so trash? If you quit on anything on this menu, it shuts down the system. Why would they do that? Just remove the menu entirely. You don't need a full-on menu for something that you need. In fact, why not just have it to where you can't get out of the applications? Why does it have to be like that? It could have been fixed, but they just didn't do it. Well, it already happened, so what can you do about it? Another thing is that, yes, it was a good portable console. Thing is, the PSP was already out. So why would why would the console be so different compared to a PSP, which is basically a full-on console? But it was a good step for Nintendo. They really brung it out. In fact, the DS became the second best-selling thing of all time in gaming history. So they decided to release a second version of it. Technically, the second version was the DS Lite, but an actual second version did come out, and if you're not familiar with that, that is the Nintendo DSi. The whole entire menu got redesigned. Having a brand new system UI allowed for people to use it way more easier, and also being able to have a pretty decent camera section. Since the camera wasn't the best, they had to make it to where it'd be a lot more better to be useful with and have fun with. So they decided to add a bunch of filters, having able to change color, being able to mirror your image, being able to change around merge faces, and even being able to distort the screen. I remember this is one of the most features I loved using with the camera, being able to distort. It was the funnest thing and the funniest thing ever. Unfortunately, the system has even more flaws in my opinion. One of those being no GBA support. It was one of the main things about the DS, and now it's just gone. And another thing is that you can do some stuff on here that the DS Lite can't use. So if you're using this multiplayer wise, it's going to be sucky because you're not able to actually use certain stuff with other people. One of the coolest things about the DSi was the DSi shop. It was basically the DS version of the Wii shop, and you were able to download stuff such as DSiWare. You were able to use and buy points with the console, and you were able to download games straight through. Being able to play these games, pretty awesome. I remember screwing around with the DSi shop and buying a bunch of games on my DSi XL. And with the DSi XL, also had Flipnote Studio built in, which is a pretty cool software. Yes, the DSi also had some flaws. It was still a pretty good system, and yes, while it still doesn't have GBA, it's still a really good system in my opinion. I love the system, and it's one of my favorite DS consoles of all time. But, once again, so I'm going to stop you there. We're going to go ahead and end this video and make it a two-parter. The reason why is because I may not do this again, so I might as well take 2 videos out of 1. And we might not make this an actual series. So, I'm going to go ahead and end it off here. So, I will see y'all next week in the next video. And if y'all want to see this second part a bit early, go ahead and check out my website. And sooner or later, you'll see it before you even know it. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this video off. Thank y'all guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed my first ever review. And I'm going to go ahead and see y'all next time. Goodbye.